On the morning of July 24th, a Royal Thai Air Force F-16 fighter jet crashed in a fiery blaze in the Preah Vihear mountain range. Cambodia, a nation still operating with donated or low-cost defense equipment and lacking true fighter aircraft, claimed to have shot down the jet using a Chinese-made QW-3 man-portable air defense system. This act delivered a significant blow to Thailand's military prestige, and, more profoundly, was a direct affront to the United States, which supplied those F-16s. Thailand swiftly declared this an act of war. Hours later, Cambodian BM-21 Grad rocket artillery unleashed a barrage on Surin. Counterfire from Sisaket followed. Civilians were killed. Schools hit. The red line had officially been erased. However, this conflict isn't confined to just these two Southeast Asian nations. Chinese weaponry is now on the scene. American fighter jets are in the sky. Could the Cambodia-Thailand conflict merely be the tip of an underlying political earthquake quietly spreading across the globe? If this story gets your blood boiling, hit like, share, and follow to ensure you don't miss our most intense and authentic recreations of this brutal battlefield. F-16 shot down, the spark that ignited the war. The Dangrek Highlands, on the border between Thailand and Cambodia, have never known peace. From above, the mountain range stretches like a geological fault line, but deep within lies a historical rift that has never truly closed. Perched majestically on the cliffs is the 1,000-year-old Preah Vihear Temple, sacred and also the focal point of decades of silent standoffs. But now, the sounds of gunfire have returned. In 1962, the International Court of Justice (ICJ) declared Preah Vihear Temple to belong to Cambodia, based on a map drawn by France in the early 20th century. But that map, like all colonial legacies, left countless ambiguous border areas. The ruling did not clearly define the land surrounding the temple, and this ambiguity became fertile ground for nationalism to flourish. In 2013, the ICJ intervened again. They reconfirmed Cambodia's ownership of the temple, but still did not definitively rule on the buffer zone, which stretches for several square kilometers around the monument. This led both countries to claim sovereignty over the gray area, resulting in decades of military confrontation, from planting flags and building outposts to exchanges of artillery fire. By mid-2025, the fuse was once again lit. The Cambodian government organized a grand celebration inside the temple grounds, honoring the 1962 legal victory. Thailand considered this a provocative act. Protests erupted in Surin, Ubon, and Sisaket. Both sides increased their military presence along the border. Cambodia quietly brought in more rocket artillery and short-range radar close to the cliff. Thailand deployed armored vehicles and reconnaissance UAVs around the border hills. Within a week, there were over 17 skirmishes at the squad level, but everything remained under control until a mine exploded. The incident occurred around 4:55 p.m. on July 16th, when a Thai soldier on patrol in the disputed border area near the Chong On Ma Pass in Ubon Ratchathani province stepped on a PMN-2 mine. The Royal Thai Army stated that this is a Russian-made anti-personnel mine that Bangkok does not use or store. The soldier who stepped on the mine lost a leg, and 4 other soldiers suffered ringing in their ears and chest pain from the explosion's concussive force. All were taken to a local hospital in critical condition. Thailand immediately sent a diplomatic protest, accusing Cambodia of violating the Ottawa Convention on the prohibition of anti-personnel mines. Cambodia denied the accusation, stating that these were residual mines from previous wars and were not laid by their side. The situation escalated rapidly and severely, according to the Royal Thai Army's announcement. On July 24th, they deployed 6 F-16 fighter jets for a counterattack. One F-16 carried out an airstrike on a military target within Cambodian territory specifically, a base believed to be used for BM-21 Grad rocket artillery. This target was completely destroyed. "We used air power to strike military targets according to the planned objectives," stated Colonel Richa Suksawanan, deputy spokesperson for the Royal Thai Army. Thailand accused Cambodia of using various heavy weapons in recent clashes, including the BM-21 Grad, making the situation on the ground particularly serious. Meanwhile, according to Mr. Suthirit Charanthanasak, head of Kupchang District, Surin Province, at least 2 Thai civilians were killed and 2 other soldiers were injured by fire from across the border. On the other side, News of the airstrike was also confirmed by Cambodian media, asserting that Royal Thai Air Force F-16 fighter jets had attacked a military position along the disputed border area in Preah Vihear province. This marked the first time since 2011 that Thai air power was directly used in an area with clear sovereignty disputes with Cambodia. Cambodia claimed the F-16 had violated its airspace, while the US and Thailand denied it. But regardless of the actual coordinates, the decision was made on the ground. From a mobile radar station deep in the jungle, a guidance signal was broadcast. On the mountainside near Preah Vihear, a Chinese-supplied QW-3 Man-PADS man-portable air defense system was ready to fire. Few knew that the QW-3 was not an ordinary shoulder-fired missile, unlike systems such as the American Stinger or Russian Igla, which use infrared seekers. The QW-3 operates on a semi-active laser guidance method, making it immune to most heat decoys. With a range of up to 8 km and an interception altitude of over 3.5 km, the QW-3 is designed to destroy high-speed, low-flying targets such as UAVs, helicopters, and even fighter jets, although not on the public list of weapons China has supplied to Cambodia. According to several intelligence sources, the QW system was introduced under the guise of anti-UAV training support. In reality, it was a real combat weapon, operated by Cambodian units with technical supervision from Chinese advisors. 9:42 a.m., a streak of fire flashed from the hillside. The QW-3 shoulder-fired missile streaked away at 750 mm, locking onto the heat signature from the F-16's engine at an altitude of 1,800 meters. The pilot felt the first tremors as the attack warning system blared, but it was too late. The missile struck the right wing, igniting the engine. The F-16 had been shot down by Cambodia, and that was the spark that ignited a full-scale conflict between the two nations. Full-scale conflict and war erupt. The Thailand-Cambodia border unexpectedly transformed into a fiery battlefield, as Cambodian BM-21 Grad multiple rocket launchers simultaneously opened fire from the northern edge of Odar Minchi province. Over 40 rockets roared southward, raining down on Thai defensive lines near Surin, Kap Choeng, and the area around the ancient Ta Moan Tom Temple, a long-standing flashpoint for sovereignty disputes. Some projectiles missed their targets and fell on Ban Nong Mek village, killing at least 2 civilians and injuring 5 others. According to the latest announcement from the Thai Ministry of Health, Thailand's response was almost immediate, less than 15 minutes after the attack. Caesar 6x6 self-propelled howitzer system stationed in Sisaket province fired 12 counter-battery volleys, precisely targeting coordinates identified by ScanEagle UAVs and the new AN-TPQ-53 radar system recently supplied by the US in late 2024. A Cambodian ammunition depot near the foot of the Dangrek Mountains exploded violently, and 2 ammunition transport trucks detonated, creating secondary fires that lasted for 2 hours. Images from civilian satellites showed that the entire logistical encampment of the Cambodian 3rd Artillery Battalion had been wiped off the map. Beyond just counter-battery fire, Thailand immediately expanded its operations. The Royal Thai Air Force continued to deploy 2 F-16 fighter jets from Ubon Ratchathani Air Base, carrying out 2 airstrikes using GBU-12 Paveway 2 guided bombs on a Cambodian field command post near Preah Vihear. Cambodia's artillery coordination radar was paralyzed for nearly an hour, and many commanding officers were reportedly killed in the precise attack. Not to be outdone, Cambodia launched a stronger-than-expected retaliation. From hidden positions in the dense Preah Vihear jungle, at least 2 QW-18 man-portable air defense missiles were fired, forcing the F-16 squadron to continuously deploy flares and perform emergency evasive maneuvers. One F-16 was hit by shrapnel and forced to make an emergency landing at Korat Air Base with severe damage to its right wing. At the same time, Cambodian D-30 towed howitzers and 120mm mortars fired incessantly at Thailand's logistical lines near Chong Chom. A supply convoy was ambushed, 2 trucks were burned to ashes, and 3 Thai soldiers were severely wounded by shrapnel. Notably, Cambodia deployed an elite Special Forces unit, believed to be the part of Brigade 911 deep into the border jungle, opening fire on a Thai forward outpost. The shootout lasted 10 minutes, with both sides reporting casualties. Fighting spread across the entire border region, Spanning over 60 kilometers, both sides deployed loitering munitions. Thailand used Israeli-made Skystriker kamikaze drones, attacking a Cambodian artillery staging area near Tak Krabi, severely damaging at least 2 Type 90B guns. Cambodia was not to be outdone. One of their small UAVs, equipped with a homemade warhead, successfully attacked a Thai reconnaissance radar vehicle located near Phu Sing, paralyzing the area's surveillance system for 30 minutes. Cambodia announced the deployment of an additional 100 to 200 troops, including a Special Forces battalion from Phnom Penh, 3 Type 90B artillery companies, and a new JY-27A medium-range radar system installed for testing near the border. Several Chinese military experts, who had been present at Ream Naval Base, were reported to be providing technical assistance in rebuilding the command system, a move that prompted Bangkok to immediately recall its ambassador to Phnom Penh and request an urgent ASEAN meeting. Meanwhile, Thailand began moving heavy equipment to Sisaket, including at least 2 Brazilian-made Astros 2 long-range multiple rocket launcher systems. Soldiers from the 6th Infantry Brigade, an elite jungle warfare force, also approached the western border area. The 3 main border crossings, Chongsangam, Phu Sing, and Ban Khao Din, were completely closed. More than 4,000 civilians were evacuated, while hundreds of Cambodian residents also began moving away from the areas near Ta Moan Tom and Preah Vihear, a primary school in Kantharlak district. Thailand had its classroom roof collapse due to Cambodian shelling. Images of panicked students in bomb shelters spread across social media. Enraging Thai public opinion, some of the country's television channels called the attack an assault on the future generation. The Preah Vihear Temple, once recognized by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site, has now become a forbidden zone. All movement must pass through numerous armed checkpoints, with anti-personnel mines scattered to deter special forces infiltration. Artillery fire continued to boom throughout the late afternoon, and reconnaissance drones continuously circled overhead. From both sides, the diplomatic, military, and humanitarian red lines seem to have blurred, replaced by the law of artillery shells, UAVs, and guided bombs. ASEAN faces its most difficult challenge since the South China Sea conflict. Without a strong voice now, a full-scale border war with immeasurable consequences could erupt in the heart of Southeast Asia. Pentagon intervention. On the evening of July 24th at the U.S. State Department headquarters, National Security Assistants held an urgent meeting. News from the Cambodia-Thailand border was no longer merely border clashes. The frequency of shelling, the number of F-16s deployed, and the use of Chinese-supplied medium-range weapons particularly alarmed the Pentagon. An internal report assessed the conflict risks escalating beyond regional control. In Bangkok, the Thai parliament convened a closed-door session attended by both the military and the royal family. Many parliamentarians called for establishing a no-fly zone in the disputed area and expanding the right to counterattack with long-range weapons. The Thai Ministry of Defense, meanwhile, asserted if Cambodian artillery continues to cross the border, we will consider deeper tactical targets, regardless of the province. Cambodia did not back down. Prime Minister Hun Manet spoke on national television, declaring, "This is a war to defend territorial sovereignty, not an impromptu battle." He ordered the entire northern region to be placed on red alert and accelerated the reception of new military equipment from China, including fixed-wing UAVs, electronic jamming devices, and extended-range artillery shells. The U.S. officially proposed convening the United Nations Security Council. The permanent representative to ASEAN stated, Washington does not want to see a miniature Donbass in the heart of Indochina. If one side uses long-range weapons across the line, the United States will be forced to adjust its intervention policy. Sources from the U.S. Indo-Pacific Command reported that the USS America Amphibious Assault Group was on standby off the coast of the South China Sea. An EP-3E surveillance aircraft flew close to northern Cambodian airspace on the afternoon of July 24th to collect electronic signals, an action seen as a sign of tactical interest. Meanwhile, although China did not directly intervene, it intensified its veiled statements. The Global Times wrote, Cambodia has the right to self-defense and the freedom to choose its partners for support. At Ream, satellite images showed the appearance of an unfamiliar resupply vessel flying a foreign flag, rumored to belong to the South Sea Fleet. ASEAN convened an urgent meeting in Jakarta but could not issue a joint statement due to disagreements among member states. Vietnam and Indonesia called for an immediate ceasefire. Laos remained silent. The Philippines leaned towards Thailand. U.S. intelligence assessed that if Cambodia used armed UAVs or long-range guided artillery against targets behind the border, such as Ubon Air Force Base, the U.S. would be forced to speak out more strongly, even activating bilateral emergency assistance mechanisms with Thailand within the framework of the 1954 treaty. Amidst military calculations and diplomatic maneuvering, the only thing missing was a stray shot. If that happens just once, the balance will shift, and the U.S. will not be able to stand aside. At this moment, all eyes are on the Preah Vihear mountain region where artillery shells continue to fly, and every decision could rewrite the region's history. All of the above content is simulated, hypothetical, strategic, analytical. It is not intended to incite violence, political bias, or military provocation or war. The content is for hypothetical simulation and analysis of possible scenarios only by the author. Any misinterpretations will not be accepted. We are not responsible for any interpretations or applications derived from the video content. Viewers should exercise their own judgment, verify information, and absorb it selectively. Thank you very much for staying with us until the end. If you are passionate about military affairs and enjoy analysis and hypothesis, then stay with our channel. If you found this video interesting, please like and subscribe so you don't miss any daily updates from us. Now, you can watch some of our latest and most popular videos currently on screen. Goodbye and see you in the next video.